All right, time for the Daily Debate. Brought to you by the MMA Junkie Radio team. Here we go. Is Jon Jones, guys, is he vindicated now that his UFC 232 drug test came back clean? And for those that don't know, he was tested by the California State Athletic Commission post-fight, and those tests have come back clean. Here are your choices: yes and no. But a little bit more specific. It's yes, 100%. So no doubt, guys. No, he has more to prove. Or do you fall into this category of doesn't make a difference? Why don't you go first this time?
I think I'm going to fall under doesn't. It's tough. See, I want to say doesn't make a difference because it's.
Well,
it's
so
like
what you're saying is
he
he could pass 100 tests and it's not going to make a difference
Well,
to you?
when we're talking about his legacy, who he is at the end, it doesn't make a difference. For this particular fight, I buy that. If that's what they say, then that's what I'm good with that. It means he didn't do anything, that's good. But if we're talking about in the past or my feelings towards him in the future, he's still got a lot to prove. And I don't know that there's just no way it won't tarnish his legacy. So, man, I almost feel all three of them, but I guess I'm going to go with he has more to prove.
All right, so the question is Jon Jones vindicated? You're saying he has more to prove.
Yeah.
So he's not vindicated in your eyes.
No.
How about you, Dan?
You know, I wanted to go he has more to prove, and I can maybe cite things why, but it's tough. I'm on similar lines as goes, but when usually if we're on similar lines, I'll try to, you know, look at the results, and not have to tip too much of that, but the results seem to mimic my tornness on this topic from these two options, because I'm going to end up siding guys with doesn't make a difference, because the pulsing effect, or whatever we want to call it, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, whether you understand it or not, that is what the UFC, the commissions, Jon Jones, and Jeff Nowitzki is going with, guys. So the fact that it could not show up and then show up again, it's going to just lead us in some kind of rigmarole, some turnaround, and we'll be back asking us the same question again. And that's why I say it really makes no difference. However, I would like to add that I would say people aren't wrong, but they're not crazy for saying he has more to prove, guys, because I believe that he was digging his way out of the hole come UFC 214, but those positive tests to what it led us to today, I think he's kind of dug even a deeper hole, I would argue, for Jon Jones in that regard. He doesn't have to prove his skills. He's a skillful fighter, but he has to prove that he can just show up and fight without any controversy.
I'm with you, Dan, and I guess I'm contrary to goes here. I'm on doesn't make a difference. I'll tell you why, because of the previous problems that he's had. And so if it was one time, like JDS, we brought his name up earlier when we talked to Derek Lewis, he was cleared. He still had to finish out a sentence, I guess, air quotes.
Yeah.
But he was cleared, and I think anyone that you talk to is not going to have a problem going tainted supplements, and we all feel pretty good about that. But see, Jon's had a couple different incidents, and this one, for me, doesn't vindicate him. I'll probably need about another 5 fights with strict testing, and for this little pulsing effect or these picograms to not come back, and then maybe then can I rest easy. But the only reason this comes up, honestly, I still think he's a great fighter, a great champion.
Yes.
He's in the GOAT talk. It only really comes up when we're talking about GOAT talk.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the supreme court of fighters, the GSPs, the Mighty Mouses, DCs, all those guys, and we're splitting hairs.
Yeah.
Because they're all outstanding. They all have title defenses and everything. But you can always go back, but there's that little shred of doubt on a couple of those dudes, and that's Silva and Jon Jones.
Hairs. Those are Mohawks. That's a big deal. It's nice when you're talking GOAT talk to not have to point to any of that.
Right.
To look at GSP and not have to say, but did he?
Right.
That's a big deal in my eyes.
Yeah.
If you have to do that for anyone, then that guy shouldn't even be in the talk.
But that's only GOAT talk, because
that's GOAT talk.
If somebody just goes, is Jon Jones great?
Awesome fighter. Yeah, he's great.
Is he
one of the greatest of all time.
Right.
However, I'd probably say something that I always have to say that.
Yeah.
I don't have to say that with some other fighters.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm going to need some time. I'm going to need about 5, probably a good 2019 and 20, about 5 fights, and then I'll probably be able to circle back to this and say, yeah, I think we are good, because Jon Jones' own silliness actually serves him right, because he's made these silly mistakes, these terrible mistakes in his personal life where you can go, yeah, I could see Jon not reading a label and goofing up that way versus other athletes who have just really wanted to get that edge.
Here's what's crazy is if you were to ask me, did he need to do that to win? I'd probably say I don't think he did.
Me neither.
But
DC said the
if he
same
felt
thing.
that way, then he would have done it, right? So
I think we can agree on that, but parlaying into the results, guys, I think the issue, if anything, I have is the option of yes, 100% that came in as far as that.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
20%.
That surprised me. That's the most surprising thing of this.
By this one bit.
At all.
Yeah, the results actually were very, very close. It was doesn't make a difference. Got 37%. No, he has more to prove. Got 36%, and then in third place was yes, 100%. That was 27%, and that was over 1,500 votes that came in. Good job, Junkie Nation. Our readers of the site and our listeners of the show. We love you guys. Thanks for always participating in the daily debate.